right? Perfect, perfect. And who here took the sell, right? Who took the NAS100 sell? Obviously, for a lot of y'all, and used to be me as well, this is a very odd time to be trading, right? We got Jack got in it, Sonia missed it. We have Sean joined you on this, Brian. Let's go. Was busy knocking doors. It's okay, bro. We'll get the next one. I know Ozzy's in it as well. But yo, right now this trade is officially stop loss at break even, and kind of want to explain this trade as we walk y'all through. So this is something I've been eyeing since earlier today, and kind of let me explain it to y'all, right? So overall, right, NAS 100, we're overall bearish still, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower high, lower low. We haven't closed above our previous lower high, right? But we do on the smaller time frames, you can consider this bullish, right? So if we go on to the 2 hour, right, we can be like, yo, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower, oh no, not a lower low, and then we have a higher high, right? Higher low, no higher high, and we create a lower low. Currently, right here where we're at, we haven't created a new high, right? We haven't broke previous highs and we haven't done it. And what we can see is we respected it. So now that I have understanding, my overview thought process is like, okay, we're bearish, right? So boom, we have our high, higher low, no high, lower low, right? We come, we let's say hypothetically we threw the fib here, see where the fib gives us, right? It gives us that 78886 zone. It came into that zone. If we wanted to grab this right here, right, this could have been a perfect zone right here. So obviously the trade happened, and I wanted to continue to follow the trend, right? As well, if you have a futures account, you obviously can't hold trades after 310. So for me, if I'm thinking of swing trading something, it's definitely right after market open or even in Asian sessions to hold something out. So as we can see, right here, we had liquidity. As you can see right here, liquidity. And what I was looking at the smaller time frames a lot like earlier today. What I like to do is like trading invert, right? So what I saw is this, right? We have this consolidation, right? Break a structure, change a character to the upside. What we saw, it didn't respect, right? It didn't respect that upside. So in this scenario, we grab the high to the low, right? And we can see that this came into our 618 zone already, right? So what then, right? I went to the smaller time zones and I was like, let me see if I can find another buy scenario and maybe enter off of them, right? So didn't find anything in the 3 minute, went down to the 1 minute, and I saw this right here, right? I saw this bullish momentum. This was our last high that was created until we created new lows, right? Boom, right here. Consolidation, break a structure, change a character, right? Trade got invalidated when it hit this area. So if we grab the high to the low, right, you're able to see on inverts for me, I like the 618 all the way to the 786. We came into that 618 zone, beautifully respected. We just hit a 101. And you might be asking, like, Gio, what were you targeting? And why? Right? Well, you have to understand, right? On the smaller time frames, it started becoming bullish, right? We had a lower high, lower low. Higher high, and then we created lower low, lower high, lower low, and we even created lower low. Yep, kind of lower high, lower low, lower high, and we haven't created a new lower low. So after we caught on to this movement and I understood the 618 right here, obviously my trade is now in stop loss at break even, right? I understood is like where would market want to target? yes, we can target these equal highs up here, which would be dope, right? To target these equals highs, but I just don't think we're there yet. And yes, we can come to this area right here that Jalen was telling us. I just feel like if we're gonna come into this area, I would want to see a closure below here first to give me that commitment. If not, I do feel like we might get railed if we go. Because we're overall the 1 hour is still bullish, right? And if we do come into this area, that means that these sales were not respected, right? So now we go to the 1 hour. It's like, yo, what am I looking for, right? Well, I want to have targets. I want to have a reason why the market wants to go down, right? I want to have a reason why the market. Remember that I want to have a reason, right? I want to know where the money is. And obviously, right now, you can see where money is, right, Jalen? Right. And then we have, right, I'm going to remove Jay. I'm going to be nice to Jalen now, right? And then we have a huge imbalance right here that market hasn't been able to fill, right? So, what that does to me, it builds confidence, right, in the trade, right, for me to now be more confident to these sales, right? Obviously, you can see we're having a little retracement back up, but I'm not worried. It's a brand new 1 hour. The first 15-minute candle is about to close, and we have a lot of opportunity to come down to, right? But yeah, if this trade, obviously I have it at 103, but I would want it to go. I was talking to David right now. I mean, Jack, and we were like, yeah, 400 is a good area where we would want to see it. But yeah, I can see this 1 hour candle just slowly coming down, coming down. And this would be a little 1 of 6. Let me mute way out. Perfect. Right. So right now, stop loss at break even. This is a risk-free trade for me. As you can tell. Does anyone have any questions on how I was able to find this trade? No questions? Jason's cool, right? Very simple, very straight to the point, following structure. Now when we go overviewing a lot of these rest of these markets, gold is in one of my areas that I wanted to see it sell off of. And kind of the same thing, um, but Jack, if you can you make sure that as everyone gets here, they're muted, please? Or actually, let me do that real quick. You got 41 people on this call. Shout out to y'all. Um, mute, mute upon entry. Cool. Right. So for gold, right, we have a couple areas that I'm looking at. Right. Honestly, I would have wanted this area right here. But from what I'm seeing right now, probably not. Right? So let's walk through it, right? We're in a bearish momentum, right? This was our last opportunity where we bought out of, right? Was where we bought, right? And we saw market push up. We got a return, right? And then market completely tanked against us, right? And a lot of us try to get into re-entries right here, and all got stopped out, right? So for me, at that position, right, I grabbed this and we ended up at our 618786 area, right? Now for me and where we're at right now, what would make sense for this trade to honestly be of interest is a smaller time frame confirmation. Um, so as we go to smaller and smaller time frames, ooh, I like this. We might be entering small cells, right? Yeah, I wouldn't be against it. So obviously we came into our zone, we got what we wanted. We had a push up and then we had our push back down. Right. We grabbed the fib. What I'm looking for is a 7886. It touched it right there. This is a possible trade you can enter. It is a little bit now in profit, right? But you're gonna be risking probably a good you're looking at a 120 pip risk, and that 1 of 3 is a little bigger time frames. We can even aim for this gap down here. All right. I would wait to get a little bit more confirmation. Um, if we can break this right here, that would be cool too. Let me just see real quick. Like I'll see, gold is in profit. Let's go look at not gold, NASDAQ, right? Okay. Yeah, we'll get in it.
Order filled.
Yeah, I hate when I do this. Cool. Great. So if you trade futures, here's a heads up. Make sure that you put your pair before you enter, right? I took out of USD CAD. I'm glad I didn't take out of NAS. So we're gonna do a small risk,
Order filled.
right? Stop loss right above and see what this does. We'll stay watching this, um, and see what it does, right? It is in my zone, and this is a smaller risk. Right? So we'll just stay patient and see what we can get. Right now, silver. Silver's tanking. Right? Silver came to our zone. As you can see, consolidation, right? Break a structure, change a character. Beautiful. We grab the high to the low. Let's see if it comes to our 786 zone. Oh my gosh, right there. We got that. We just liquidated these guys as well. Right? And we can see silver, start moving downwards, right? Which gives us confidence on our gold trade that we have active right now. Honestly, silver looks much better of a trade than gold does, right? For me, looking at them both right now. Right. If you entered gold, we are in small profits, right? Small profits, right? We do want to be very aware of just how we move. So, for me, we're getting a move down. I want to see closures below all this. We start seeing closures below all this, it just confirms us a little bit more. So we'll be patient. We'll be patient, right? And honestly, we can even reduce our stop loss over here, right? Consolidation, break the structure, change direction, retest, we continue to go lower, right? Cool. And we'll let that be. Cool. All right. So I just gave y'all gold and NAS. US 30, right? It's getting I want to see US 30 come higher, right? I have US 30 up here for a zone. So we're gonna be patient on that. NASDAQ, right? We're still chilling around here. I hope we can get a retest right here, continue going lower. So US oil, right? So oil is near a zone that I had, which is right here. You can see we rejected, and we did catch the sell, but it came close, and it rejected already the 101. So I'm gonna sit on my hands for this, right? And we're gonna be patient. I would probably see gold, silver a little lower. Silver oil a little lower. I have two zones of interest that we can probably come see. Um, yeah, cool. Just check out gold. So gold is currently in profit, guys. If you're in gold, we are in profit. NAS100, we needed to start tanking a little bit, right? We can see the little setup right here, push up, change direction. Let's see. Right, if we don't close below, I'd probably reconsider. See a bigger push down. But that being said, guys, those are the main pairs that I'm looking at. I had a CAD with Mike Nav. Honestly, it's just been all day we've been waiting on this. We did get a rejection. If you trade futures, as you can see, we did barely get stopped out. but as you can see with USD CAD, it is still tanking, right? So for me, it didn't hit stop loss for USD CAD. I got in again, made some profit, broke even basically. But right now, we just gotta sit on our hands. And the main things that I'm looking at is gold. I want to see gold push down lower. I'll be very observant of it right now, and I also want to see obviously our NAS 100 continue to fall when we get to these zones. So I will be keeping y'all update. Before I do pass it on to the next individual, is there anything that y'all personally want me to look at? Um, let's check y'all out. All right, we're up a little bit. We created some liquidity. Like this is what I want y'all to see. It's like markets creating liquidity on purpose. It's creating trend. You have your trend traders. They're creating money right here. So definitely a good way we can push down. We had a beautiful rejection when we get to this zone, right? We just want to make sure we don't close above here. And we can see a big push down. So I'm liking it. Yeah, we taking live trades over here. That's what we do over here. Yeah, can I touch back on silver? Yes, sir. So oil. Yeah, that's a good setup for oil. I saw the same thing. Um, I like it. Yeah, silver, bro. Let's go check out silver. So I'm gonna go from the bigger perspective to the smaller perspective, right? So overall, silver was bullish. We've been on a bullish momentum, and where did it stop becoming bullish? It stopped becoming bullish right here, right? We had a higher high, higher low, and then we didn't get a new high, and then we broke the low, huge institutional moves, right? And then we can see market coming back up, retrace, 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 right? And then we see it come back to our zone. So if you grab the fib from the high to the low, right, you can see how it came to our 7886, right, perfectly. And we're seeing a rejection as we speak right now, right? Let's go check gold. All right, gold pushing down a little bit. But the silver, I'm telling y'all, the silver trade looks so much better than this gold trade. So if you're someone that likes trading silver, I like this trade a lot. Um, but I'm gonna sit on it. I'm already in two trades. It doesn't make sense for me to get in another one at all. Right, I'm good right now. So that being said, I'm actually gonna bring it on to my brother. This is someone that I've been able to not just mentor. This is not just someone that I've been able to help. This is someone that has been able to help me. Right. Austin, let me check that for you real quick. To platinum. I like the higher zone. Um, Especially after that big push up, bro, from the last candle from the daily. I like the higher zone. But that whole zone's good. But yeah, this next individual that I'm gonna bring up, this is someone that as you can see, there is an amount of individuals that get powerhouse paid, and this guy is number one on the list. This guy has gotten over 20K funded in trading, and this is someone that has not just been in the consistent of getting over multiple funded accounts, but daily basis helping every single one of y'all achieve the same results, right? So that being said, right, perfect, bro. No worries. We got the one, the only Mr. Jack Clam. Take it away, brother.
Yo, what's going on?